All praises, all praises, all praises to the heavenly, holy, almighty creator of infinity, eternity, the universe, and all there is. This is Revelations.Unveiled. Detroit. Hello, family. I am glad to be back with you once again, and we are resuming our wonderful series of the Brother Prophets. And tonight we will be in review of the Holy Brother Prophet Baruch in the 4th chapter of his scrolls and the precepts of perfection. All praises into the 12 tribes of the house of Jacob scattered abroad to the 4 corners of earth, wherever you may sojourn. My continuous petitions in prayer for your care, safety, solace, and serenity, as well as my brothers and sisters of the world, the melanated Amors, the original man and children of God, the copper-colored, the colored, and people of color, the aboriginals and indigenous, the natives, Negroes and niggas, the African Americans and blacks, the descendants of slaves, and those conquered and colonized. Oh yes, and we are blessed that we are once again able, under the graces of the holy power creator of all imagination, to convene in this wonderful convocation where we may sit once again at the knee of wisdom and consume the heavenly words of all creation, all praises. And we shall pay our due homage to the Revelations.Unveiled. Detroit channel standards in the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 6, as well as our secondary standard in the book of Hebrews, chapter 13, verse 8. And we continuously employ the tool of knowledge as we learn and discern with Holy Brother Prophet Isaiah in his scrolls of the 28th chapter, verses 9 through 11. So family, as we are now finding our wonderful soft place in the space and our zone of comfort and safety and joy and warmth and love, let Brother Baruch deliver to us, the children of the covenant, the cry of Jerusalem. The book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of God and the law that endures forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. Turn you, O Jacob, and take hold of it. Walk in the presence of the light thereof, that you may be illuminated. Give not your honor to another, nor the things that are profitable unto you to a strange nation. O Israel, happy are we, for things that are pleasing to God are made known unto us. Be of good cheer, my people, the memorial of Israel. You were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because you moved God to wrath. You were delivered unto the enemies. For you provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils and not to God. You have forgotten the everlasting God that brought you up, and you have grieved— that nursed you. For when she saw the wrath of God coming upon you, she said, "Hearken, O you that dwell about Zion. God has brought upon me great mourning, for I saw the captivity of my sons and daughters, which the everlasting brought upon them." Verse 11. "With joy did I nourish them, but sent them away with weeping and mourning. Let no man rejoice over me, a widow, and forsaken of many, who for the sins of my children am left desolate, because they departed from the law of God. They knew not his statutes, nor walked in the ways of his commandments, nor trod in the paths of discipline in his righteousness. Let them that dwell about Zion come and remember you, the captivity of my sons and daughters, which the everlasting has brought upon them. For he has brought a nation upon them from far, a shameless nation and a strange language, who neither reverenced old man nor pitied child. These have carried away the dear beloved children of the widow, and left her that was alone, desolate, without daughters. But what can I help you? For he that brought these plagues upon you will deliver you from the hands of your enemies. Go your way, O my children. Go your way, for I am left desolate. I have put off the clothing of peace, and put upon me the sackcloth of my prayer. I will cry unto the everlasting in my days. Be of good cheer, O my children. Cry unto the Lord, and he will deliver you from the power and hand of the enemies. For my hope is in the everlasting, that he will save you, and joy is come unto me from the Holy One, because of the mercy which shall soon come unto you from the everlasting, our Savior. For I sent you out with mourning and weeping, but God will give you to me again with joy and gladness forever, like as snow. Verse 24, like as now the neighbors of Zion have seen your captivity, so shall they see shortly your salvation from our God, which shall come upon you with great glory and brightness of the everlasting. My children, suffer patiently the wrath that is to come upon you from God, for your enemy has persecuted you. But shortly you shall see his destruction, and shall tread upon his neck. My delicate ones have gone rough ways, and were taken away as a flock caught of the enemies. Be of good comfort, O my children, and cry unto God, for you shall be remembered of him that brought these things upon you. For as it was your mind to go astray from God, so being returned, seek him 10 times more, For he that has brought these plagues upon you shall bring you everlasting joy with your salvation. Take a good heart, O Jerusalem, for he that gave you that name will comfort you. Miserable are they that afflicted you and rejoiced at your fall. Miserable are the cities which your children served. Miserable is she that received your sons. For as she rejoiced at your ruin and was glad at your fall, so shall she be grieved for her own desolation. For I would take away the rejoicing of her great multitude, and her pride shall be turned into mourning. For fire shall come upon her from the everlasting, long to endure, and she shall be inhabited of devils for a great time. O Jerusalem, look about you toward the east, and behold the joy that comes unto you from God. Verse 37, Lo, your sons come, whom you sent away. They come gathered together from the east to the west by the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in the glory of the holy power creator of all. Wow, family. Family. And if that unveiling, if that cry, if that petition from the land of Jerusalem does not give you a standard of consideration, all the brothers and sisters of the world who go by these various names and bywords of our global captivity, if what we felt in that reading does not cry out into your spirit who we are and who we be and the promises that will come as we are in this condition, in this consequence and circumstance as it has been put to our face, we are dealing with the wrath of the Holy One. We are suffering the plagues poured out upon us as we crawl back to the remembrance of us, the children of the covenant. We are not black or African or American or Negro, which is Spanish for black. We are Zion. We are Jerusalem. We are Israel. We are the children of God. All praises. And family. Lord willing, I am invigorated with the Spirit. I am ready to get on and continue with this wonderful series of the Brother Prophets. And so we will be getting to Daniel chapter 5 so we can continue to put together these prophetical precepts which are outlining the captivity of those brother prophets, holy righteous men in bondage themselves, enslaved captives, as they describe to the seed of the covenant. We are the seed of the covenant. We are listening to their condition then as we are now in the same condition. And they are telling us who, what, where, when, why, and how. So now we continue to dig out that wax of ignorance in our ear canals as we develop our spiritual hearing, and we continue to wipe away the smoke of darkness and ignorance that we have received in this carnal captivity. As our spiritual sight becomes sharper, we shall continue. We shall dig and explore and expound and expand as we continue on this expressway of excellence into eternity. And so, family, we shall reconvene once again in love and joy and comfort and safety and harmony and education and edification for the holy hidden nation. And until we are together again, I love you. I love you. I love you. This is Revelations.Unveiled. Detroit. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verses 6 through 9. For we are a holy people unto the Lord our God. The Lord our God has chosen us to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. The Lord did not set his love upon us, nor choose us because we were more in number than any people, for we were the fewest of all people. But because the Lord loved us, and because he would keep the oath which he had sworn to our fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, has the Lord brought us out with a mighty hand and redeemed us out of the house of bondmen from the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. Verse 9. Know therefore that the Lord our God, he is God, the faithful God, which keeps covenant and mercy with them that love him and keep his commandments to 1,000 generations.